has several slots open. Would you like to book an appointment with Kieran?
Do you have anyone for today?
Rohit is available today. Would you like to book an appointment with him?
When people tell you that it can't be done, that gives you more energy to prove them wrong and make it work. So this is exactly what happened here. Someone told me, or a few people told me, that it is not possible to book on multiple calendar using GHL's native voice AI. So I want to prove that wrong and I want to make that work. So this is exactly what we are going to do today. So welcome to HighLevel Techie. My name is Jitin, and today we are going to look at how you can use multiple calendars with one voice AI agent using GHL's native voice AI. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to give a call to my agent now and see how that goes.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes. Hey there, you have reached Elite Flooring Co. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm looking to book an appointment.
Great, I'd be happy to help you with that. Could I start by getting your name, please?
Sure, it is Jen.
.com.
That's right, yes.
Perfect. We have 3 executives, Arjun, Rohit, and Kieran. With whom would you like to book your appointment?
So who is available tomorrow?
Let's see who's available tomorrow. Kieran has several slots open. Would you like to book an appointment with Kieran?
Do you have anyone for today?
Rohit is available today. Would you like to book an appointment with him?
Well, I think I would go, if you have anything on Friday, that would be great.
Kieran is available on Friday. Would you like to book an appointment with Kieran?
Sure. What times do you have on Friday?
Kieran is available on Friday at 8:00 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Do either of these times work for you?
Could I get something towards in the evening?
On Friday, Kieran is available at 4:00 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. Would one of these times work for you?
Okay, let's do 4 p.m. on Friday.
Great choice. I'll book your appointment with Kieran for Friday at 4:00 p.m. Please hold on for a moment while I confirm this. Let me book it for you. Your appointment with Kieran is all set for Friday at 4:00 p.m. Please check your messages for confirmation. If you
Amazing.
have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to reach out. Have a fantastic day.
Okay, hey, wait. Could I also book an appointment for today?
Unfortunately, I can only book one appointment at a time.
All
If you
right.
need another appointment, please.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Um, so could you just try and book an appointment for today with someone that's available? Who is available today?
Rohit is available today. Would you like to book an appointment with him?
Sure. What time?
Rohit is available today at 9:30 a.m. and 10:00 a.m. Do either of these times work for you?
Let's do 10 a.m. Hello?
Your appointment with Rohit is confirmed for today at 10:00 a.m. Your appointment with Rohit is confirmed for today at 10:00 a.m. Please check your messages for confirmation. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to reach out. Have a fantastic day.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. So
You're
now is the moment of truth. I just need to check if the appointment has come through. All right. So here is the appointment for May 8th, which is today, under Rohit's calendar, because he's the only one available on today. And then you have another appointment on tomorrow at 4 p.m. under Kiran's calendar, because he's the only person who is available on Fridays and Saturdays. So you have seen how this one single agent is booking on a single call on multiple calendars, even though she said she can't book another call, which is probably I have to reprompt it properly. And it was also telling you the availability, looking at the calendar, saying that, oh, Rohit is not available on Friday and Kiran is not available today and he's only available on Fridays. So whoever is saying that it's not possible, I just want to say it is possible, and I'm not holding anything back. I'm just going to show you how it's done as well, so that you can also do the same, right? So here is what I've done. So let's go into my prompt first and see what's happening there. So inside this prompt, this is what we are doing. So we have a pretty much a standard AI agent here with the goal of gathering name, email, etc., and then book an appointment. So the only difference is that here we have three executives, Arjun, Rohit, and Kiran. And then we are going to say that we have to run this tool when you captured all the necessary data. And to get the available slots, what we are going to do is that we are using custom values, which gets updated after each call. And here you can see Arjun's availability is stored in this custom value. Kiran's availability is stored in this custom value. I have another video which shows the detailed process behind this, and I'll also walk you through it now. So this gives you the live availability, and then you prompt it so that the AI agent doesn't give wrong availability. So that's about the availability part. And then what we are doing is that we have to book an appointment, and before booking an appointment, we need the name, email address, and preferred executive, and their preferred date and time. So now when you get the preferred sales executive's name, so for example, Kiran or Arjun in this case, we are also sending the calendar ID of those people. So if it is Arjun, they selected his calendar ID is this. If it is Rohit, they selected the calendar ID is this. So we are setting up a custom action after this step to send all this data to a webhook. Okay. And we are also collecting the phone number from which the user is calling. This phone number gives us the contact ID to tie everything together to the same contact who is calling. So that's why we are collecting the phone number. And you can also collect email, but phone number would be the point of truth, because sometimes email address can be captured with some typos and such. But the phone number from which the call is coming from cannot change. So that's why we are using phone number as the identifier. Now everything else is pretty much about the calls and such. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to check the custom action here. So this custom action is what is actually booking the appointment. So the action name is book a user specific appointment. You can give whatever name, but it should give a context to the AI agent. And now when should the custom action take place? When the user wants to book an appointment with a specific sales executive, you have to run this tool and run this tool only after getting the name of the required sales executive and desired appointment time. Run this tool only when the agent confirms these two values. So we need to confirm these values before running this tool, because we don't want to run this tool with incomplete data, because then it wouldn't work that way. And then this is something for me to identify that the agent has done the action. So let me book it for you is not needed here. You can also add a space here so that it doesn't say anything, because it's a required field. You have to have something. So even space is considered as an input. So you can do that if you don't want the AI agent to say anything, because she's already saying something before booking an appointment from her side, rather than using the same sentence here when the tool is running. So this is up to you, but this is for me to understand that my tool has run after the data is captured. And now comes the important part. You can send this data to a webhook. So here I'm using a Pabbly webhook. You can use Zapier, you can use N8N, you can use Make, whatever you use. So I'm using Pabbly here because I have 10,000 tasks free per month. So that's great for me. So you can use whatever you like to use. Now we have to add that webhook URL here, and The important part is the value that we are sending here as part of this webhook. So the calendar ID, I'm sending a calendar ID to this webhook, and the calendar ID, you capture the calendar ID from the prompt, from the name of the sales executive. So if someone is saying, I want to book an appointment with Kiran, it goes and checks the prompt and finds the calendar ID related to that specific sales executive. So that's how we get calendar ID. So the location ID is a static value that I'm sending. So instead of giving what to collect, I just giving the actual value here. So that can be used inside the next step that we are going to see in a minute. Yeah. And then we have the start time, which is required to book an appointment, date and time of the appointment confirmed by the user in this format. And the AI agent would convert that date and time into this format and send that data to the webhook. Then we are also using a phone number to send along with the webhook so that we can connect that to a contact record using that phone number. So that's all I'm sending here. And when the name and date and time is captured, this tool will run. Okay. And then everything else is pretty much as it is. We don't really need anything else and except extract email address and extract name so that we can update the custom fields. These two were used before. These are not used in this particular workflow, but this is to extract appointment date and time, and this is to extract the name of the sales executive. But you don't have to worry about these two for this particular workflow to work, because everything you need is in this custom action step that we have created here. Okay. So that's what happens when we capture this data. We are going to send all this value to a webhook, and the magic happens inside that webhook. So let's go inside Pabbly and see what happens there. Okay, so let's see what's happening inside Pabbly Connect. Yeah, so this is Pabbly Connect, and this is the webhook that we are sending to Pabbly Connect. So when you create a webhook, you click copy here, and then you go back to your custom action and then paste that in here. So that's how you set that up. And then whenever it is going to post a data, it is going to receive here. And then if you go and check the response received, you can see the values that you received: the phone number, start time, location ID, calendar ID. So once you receive all this data, what you can do is to create or update a contact using the phone number that we are receiving. Why we are doing that? Because we need to get a contact ID to create an appointment. So if you check create an appointment, the required fields are the calendar ID, which we are sending via the webhook. The second one is contact ID, which we can't send via webhook, so we have to create that contact ID. And start time also we are sending via the webhook. So the only thing that we can't send is the contact ID. So that's why we have an extra step here to create update contact. So if it is an existing contact, it will get updated, nothing would happen pretty much. But if it's a new contact, it will get created using this step. But the thing you need to understand is that as soon as the call comes in from a user, a contact is already created inside Go HighLevel. So what we are pretty much doing is updating the contact, but in reality we are not even updating anything. We just using the phone number here, and we are not doing anything else. So as soon as this step uses a phone number, it would then generate a contact ID based on that phone number. So our purpose here is to get that contact ID. If you prefer, you can also use search contact step here, but I prefer to use create or update contact because that works similar way and it's much easier to use it. As soon as you update the contact using the phone number, you get a contact ID here, which we can use in this step. So contact ID is this, and then we are sending the calendar ID via webhook, and the start time is also we are sending via webhook, and that's all you need for an appointment to happen. You can also set the appointment status as confirmed, and that's it. And once you click save, everything should work as expected. So that's how you can book an appointment. Whenever this tool is running, it will come to this webhook, and then it will create that contact ID, and using that contact ID and all the data that is coming from this webhook, such as the start time and calendar ID, we can create that appointment. So now let's go back to the calendar availability itself. So you have seen that I have three calendars here. One is calendar for Kiran, one is sales executive, another for Rohit, another sales executive, and then for Arjun. So if you look at the calendar, you can see Arjun is available from Monday to Tuesday only, and Rohit is from Wednesday to Thursday, and Kiran on Friday and Saturday. So our AI agent knows the availability of these sales executive. You already seen how the voice AI agent was giving out the actual live availability. So it was saying that, oh, sorry, Kiran is not available on Thursday. He's only available on Friday and such. So that happens inside the prompt, which you already saw. If we go here, this is availability. So if you look at this is available slots. It's jumping around. So let me go back. Yeah. So this is available slots for your reference. Current date is this, and calendar availability is given here for each sales executive. And Arjun availability, Kiran availability, and Rohit's availability is here in JSON format. And we are telling the AI agent to double check the availability of the agent based on the current date. And now how can you create this custom value and how can you update this? I have another video, you can check that out, but a quick introduction into that would be this workflow. So this workflow, what I call available slots workflow, what we are doing is that as soon as a call status is completed from that phone number, this workflow would run and update the custom fields. But if you're using for the first time, you have to just run or test this workflow and generate that values for the custom values. So let me quickly explain this workflow, and you can always refer the previous video to get a better understanding. So what we are doing is that we have a current time in Unix because we need a Unix timestamp for this to work. So we created that current time in Unix timestamp, and then we store that value in a custom value called start time. And then we use that custom value and multiply with 1000 because we want the unique timestamp in millisecond. That's why we are multiplying it with 1000. That gives us the start time in Unix millisecond. And then what we need is we need to find the end date to find the slots between today and 3 days from now. So we are adding plus 3 days in milliseconds. So that's this value here. So this gives us the end time. So we have a start time, which is current date, and now the end time, 3 days from now. These would be our window where we are looking for the availability. You can increase this number and make it longer if you want. That's up to you. And now this is the important step where we are running a custom code. And so we are pretty much running an API call here using a custom code to get the available slots. So we have a URL here for the webhook, and then we have the authorization key, and then we are pretty much running this API call. We can see this is a get request we are running. And as soon as you run the get request, you get an output saying that these are the slots. And you can see I'm using calendar ID in here to get the free slot. So this would give Arjun's calendar free slots like so. And then we are going to store this data under a custom value called Arjun available slot. So this is what we are using inside here, Arjun available slot. So that's how we are generating that value. Similarly, we are going to do with each of the calendar that we have. So this is for Rohit. The only difference would be changing this calendar ID, and everything else would be the same. And we are saving that to Rohit's available slots, which we are using here, Rohit's available slots. And similarly for the last agent, last sales executive, we are storing that value under Kiran's available slots by changing this calendar ID. So that's how you can get the live availability of each calendar that you're using. And if you have more calendars, you can just simply add the same steps in any number of times you want. So the only practical issue that I'm seeing is that if the availability JSON becomes like really big, it is going to affect your prompt as well, because the prompt will also get bigger and it might affect the efficiency of your voice AI agent. So this is how we generate the live dynamic availability, and then use that inside this prompt. So that is all you need to do to have multiple calendars inside your voice AI agent and to check availability on multiple calendars using just one AI agent. So let me recap here real quick. What you need is a custom value that gets updated after each call. And to update that custom value, we use an API call. And this is that. This is the code that I have used here. And once you get the output, you just store that value inside a custom value and use that custom value inside the prompt. And then now the main thing happens under this custom action step. So you have to create a custom action and you have to send calendar ID, you have to send location ID, you have to send the start time and the user phone so that we can find the contact using the user phone, and you can book the appointment using start time, location ID, and calendar ID, plus the contact ID that gets generated from this user phone, right? So once you capture these data and once you prompt your agent to capture these data, all you have to do is send a webhook with all this data. I'm using Public Connect to do that. And as soon as you get the data over to your integration tool, you can even use inbound webhook inside Go HighLevel. So it all works the same. As soon as you get the data, what you have to do is you have to find the contact using the phone number. What I'm using is actually create or update contact to get the same effect. So when you create or update a contact using phone number, it is going to spit out the contact ID. So I'm going to use the contact ID in here, and I'm going to use calendar ID and start time to book that appointment. And everything else is pretty much an optional field. And you can also set the appointment status as confirmed. And that's all you need to do. Once you've done that, you can book on multiple calendars using just one AI voice agent, all inside GHL without using any third-party platforms. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I know it's not very straightforward, simple thing. So I just want to give you this idea of what is possible and how you can use these tools creatively. So if you have a requirement for creating multiple calendars and booking on multiple calendars, or to find availability on multiple calendars, this is one way to do it with the current setup. Maybe in future, Go HighLevel is going to add multiple calendars into one voice AI agent. We will have to see that, but for the time being, this is a good workaround. You can get it done after a couple of iterations of this process. So that is all for today. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and bye.